Hi guys, and welcome to the UK/Ireland head builds. How exciting! And as always, this is a guide. Check your local digital distributor for their white pages. White pages are a representation of a technical document for the mezzanine format for your digital distributor. So let's dive on into Final Cut 10. I have some lovely diagrams for you guys today. So let's dive into here and have a quick look. So with the UK, it is very odd. I've been here for 10 years now from Australia, and I always scratch my head every day kind of going, that's a bit odd. But walk through this with me and it will make a lot more sense. This is completely different to anywhere in the world that I've seen. So you need a 27-second clock. A countdown one needs to be represented and shown on the slate, which I'll show you in a second. You need 3 seconds of black. Then you need a 30-second commercial. And you need 10 seconds freeze of the last frame of your commercial. If your commercial fades to black, that will cause a problem. Then you need 5 seconds of black at the end. Underneath is the audio at 29 seconds. You need half a second or 12 frames in the power world of mute audio. Nothing. No audio, no residual, nothing. You also need to follow that up at the end of the commercial with half a second of mute at the end of the commercial. So in theory, you have 29 seconds of completed audio for a 30-second spot. So very different to around the world. In Australia, you need the same thing. New Zealand is wall-to-wall. America's wall-to-wall. Japan's wall-to-wall. All through Europe, it varies. It really does. So contact your digital distributor and ask them. But if you have a mix for a 29-second and a mix for a 30-second, you're pretty safe. And I always guarantee that you spend the extra money in audio post and get that extra mix of 29 and 30. It will save you a bucket load of trouble. All right, let's have a look at the countdown. So as you see here, I've made a very interesting selection of my time code. In the UK, when we used to stripe and send out stock of videotape to all the TV stations, we had to start the tapes at around about 09, 59, 30. Makes a bit of sense, really. If I shoot through to the start of the commercial, my last active of the slate will be 09, 59, 59, 24. The start of program will be 10 hours, which means if I've got a 1 hour, 24 minute, 13 second, and 4 frame duration movie, I can immediately tell you what it is by chopping off that one at the start, and it will give me the duration here. If I'd started my time code at all zeros and started the commercial at 30 seconds and tried to do the math and calculation on that, I'd have to substitute 30 seconds away from the 124, whatever it was I said, to try to figure out what the duration was. Very clever. Very easy to kind of do that as well. I mean, you can do it in your setup. But what we're mainly looking at here is the autonomy of the clock and what you need to do. While I play this down and talk to you, you'll see it's starting down from 30 and counting down to here. Clock needs to be said clock. It can't say ISKI, can't say slate, can't say clapper. It must say the word clock. The makeup of the clock is the 3 letters here, which is a representation of the agency. 4 more letters here, which is the title and the product, or the product and the title, varying. 3 numbers here, which is basically the numbers allocated to the number of times you make that commercial. So if I done ABC 001 and then I made 999 variants of this ABC, it allows you to do that. 030 is the duration. You have to keep everything there. Even though you want to drop the 0 off, you have to keep the 0 there. And you absolutely need these obliques or forward slashes in it. Without it, it will be failed. Client is obviously your client, product, title, duration. Make it seconds, because if you do 30 and a little dash up the top here, or just 30, it could be represented as 30 minutes, even though up here it says 30 seconds. But also people do make mistakes by doing 20 seconds and leaving 030 up here. So human error can actually do it. This is a great cross-reference. 16:9 full height anamorphic. That is not letterbox, that is full height 16:9. And you do require 14:9 safe title. All the cages are up on delivercommercials.com. A little bit of a plug. The date has to be on there as well, and the audio is a requirement. Now, if it's a fade up from black or there's anything going on with the commercial that you'd like to say, I always recommend putting it on the slate. It allows a breakdown, known breakdown in communication when the operator is ingesting this commercial. You saw back here at 10, there was a flash of white. Now, old school used to give a great representation of you have 10 seconds before the start of program. That could be for the coordinator in the television transmission center, getting ready. It gives you a great representation of get ready for 10 seconds countdown. Here we go. While we play it down here, you will see that my titles stop about here. That's when the clock goes away. So the clock is on for 6 seconds and 24 frames. Then there's 3 seconds of black, then the start of the spot. So, apart from going for the 10 seconds of freeze, the 27 seconds, 3 seconds, 29 seconds of audio, 10 seconds freeze, and 5 seconds of black, it is basically the same of setting everything up. Your save titles are a huge issue, and I'll go over that in another episode very soon. So, as always, this is a guide. Check with your local distributor for their white pages. Thank you very much for your support, guys, and America is up next.